We've been wanting to do this trip for a while. We've been planning to come down when deer season's winding down in Texas, bring the kids, and just kill a bunch of hogs at my buddy Daniel's house. So we were coming down to knock a dent out of the hog population. Just try to stop us. We're the ones with the guns. It was like the 200-year blizzard had hit Texas. You know what they say, Texas and blizzards go together like cocaine and waffles. As rednecks usually are, we were ready to improvise and overcome, kill them before they leave. I've never seen that many hogs, man. And I wanted to tell her, like, get you a shot and then start tattooing them. I draw my bow. I get my pins kind of about where the noise is coming from is all I can see. And I said, hit it, Shane. I absolutely blistered this thing.
That's that good red arrow right there.
She absolutely 12-ringed this hog running.
All right, I'm gonna hit the light, man.
This is a pretty dynamic shooting situation for a kid that's never done it before.
Running wide open, trying to get away. Izzy said, hold one of these for me.
What?
Well, I'm mean as gravel, I'm poor as dirt. And I like things better the way they were. Well, I'm strong in the head, but I get things done. I spend too much money to have a little fun. Come on. I ain't changing, I'm a stubborn man. So can you love me like I am? Can you love me, baby, like I am? Yeah.
When you think about snow-covered pine trees and sub-zero temperatures, curling up by a warm fire with a nice cup of hot chocolate, wading through giant snowdrifts in the blistering winter, you're probably not thinking about going down in February to hunt hogs in Texas. We've been wanting to do this trip for a while. We've been planning to come down when deer season's winding down in Texas, bring the kids, and just kill a bunch of hogs at my buddy Daniel's house. It was like the 200-year blizzard had hit Texas. Most people have never seen this kind of thing anywhere in Texas in their lifetime. We were definitely going to do a variety of activities this week, from sleigh riding, pulling the kids behind the four-wheeler, to shooting hogs with rifles, to tracking them down with a bow and arrow, so it's going to be a good time. Mostly on this trip, I was looking forward to seeing Kat and the kids take some shots at some of these hogs. When we left Virginia, we were in the middle of our own blizzard. We heard it was going to get pretty bad down in Texas as far as a snowstorm, but I just thought it would be a cool opportunity to be a part of the 200-year storm. Well, boys and girls, it's February the 12th on a Friday here in Virginia. We got the 2021 General loaded down, and believe it or not, we're heading to Texas. Got the kids in the truck. Oh yeah, you got your little Trump bandana up there.
Yeah, Donald Trump's going with us.
Because just because an election is stolen doesn't mean we're not going to all try to make America great again. Still.
Woo!
And forever. Just try to stop us. We're the ones with the guns. Have a nice day. We timed it perfect because we left a blizzard in Virginia, and right when we were pulling into my buddy Daniel's house, it started snowing. The next morning we got up and we decided we were going to do some skiing behind the General in this snow, take advantage. The problem is, a lot of people from Texas aren't really prepared for playing in the snow, so there wasn't a sled to be found, but as rednecks usually are, we were ready to improvise and overcome, and we found a plastic swimming pool and sort of made a little hillbilly skiing situation happen out in the snowstorm. The blizzard has shut the airports down, so I am in Texas with no cameraman, but we got hogs to kill, so my buddy Daniel says he would volunteer to run camera, and he's pretty daggone good at it anyway. So me and Daniel went out there. We're actually kind of fired up, man. I'm excited to hunt in this snow. You know, we've got our custom-made snow camo that we got on out of bed sheets that we ripped up the night before, and we built this little brush blind. It's actually really cool. The snow's falling. If we could get a shot at a hog in this white snow, the blood trailing obviously was going to be easy, and it was going to be interesting. It didn't take long after sitting in our snowy little blind for some hogs to start moving. So we had some hogs coming, man. I was excited too. I wanted to bloody up that snow, but the problem was, I think they might have got a little whiff of us. Some winds were swirling a little bit. They ended up crossing the food plot kind of down further where we couldn't really get a shot at them. Popped in behind us and walked right up to us where they could smell us. But it was too thick to shoot back through all that yopon bush. So we struck out the first day in the snow. But we came close. I use SKB because, unfortunately, I'm not the only one that handles my gear. Like the baggage handler that might have done one bong rip too many on his lunch break.
Sorry, bro.
Or when your wife drives anything without a backup.
Watch my bouquet.
Love your face. Bye.
SKB, the world's best cases. My cameraman Shane is not here yet, so the next day, I'm taking Addie. She's on the rifle. My buddy Daniel's filming us. And I'm pretty excited about our prospects because just as I predicted, once this snow starts melting, these hogs are going to be all in these wheat fields and oat fields, and that's where we're going to go get after them. We got a 300 blackout, and we're pretty pumped about our odds. There's going to be a lot of hogs out in these fields now that the snow started to melt.
Oh, we got pigs. I think we got pigs. We got a bunch of pigs.
Sure enough, just like we predicted it, we only pulled into the first field with the general. Jumped out, there's hogs everywhere. So we're easing down this little 2-track and we get in range of these hogs. I get Addie all set up and it's go time. You want to instruct them, but you don't want to give them too much instruction. I wanted to tell her, like, get you a shot in the vitals of one of them and then start tattooing them. So at about 150 yards, Addie rests her crosshairs on a big one and starts to squeeze the trigger. She absolutely hammered this hog and gets off a couple more shots. We know she smoked the one. There's a clear blood trail. And it looks like from the video, you be the judge. Watch this impact replay right here. I want to say she just barely missed those ones running. Tell me what y'all think.
You hold high shoulder.
High shoulder.
So we ended up looking for blood on those. Looks like she was a clean miss on the other hogs, but she did nail a really big hog.
That was really fun. That was awesome.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
So I told you to hold the first pin on high shoulder, and you smoked him right through the heart somewhere down there.
Hold it right there.
Got it right there? That's perfect. That's exactly the drop at 200 right there. Little old 10-inch barrel, 300 blackout.
That just killed most.
Everything you killed almost.
No, I wasn't doing that.
Well, actually, dumbass, it's really like this. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Good job. I'm proud of you. That was a good shot. That was at least, I'd say at least 165, 170 yards.
I'm telling you what, Americans, if y'all don't get out and teach your kids at least the basics of shooting, there's nothing that provides more confidence for them. You know, I've always said it about hunting, there's nothing more of a reality check than when you pull the trigger on something and see that bullet or that arrow destroy that thing's lungs, and you cut them open, you see where your food comes from, and that sticks with the kids, man. When taught in the right way, I mean, it can be really powerful, and just showing that it's part of life, man. It's part of the circle of life. And that all these blue-haired wackos in the city have lost their mind. They live in their little plastic safety bubble. And we need to promote that. Tell people about it every chance you get. Show people hunting videos. Normalize all this stuff because it is normal. It's the way it's always been and the way it should be. So, let's go kill some more hogs. I done preached enough.
Rip Gamble's here for limited range hanging system. You simply take your hanging system, place it on the wall, grab your deer. Is that thing sturdy? Shoot, yeah, it's sturdy. Man, I think I'm gonna just stick with full range.
The next night, it's little Izzy's turn. and she is fired up to get back out there. We're going to the same field where Addie shot her hog. We're just coming in from a different direction. The wind shifted a little bit, and we're coming in basically what would be behind the hogs that we saw the night before, hoping that they're going to come in from a different direction. We're still spotting and stalking as we go. We're creeping through the woods, coming up on the field. And again, we've got the field pod with that 300 blackout for Izzy. We slipped through the brush back here, eased down a little hog trail, and we've got her set up on the 300 blackout. The main goal for tonight is to get Izzy a shot at a hog. We were in this field last night, and it had to be at least 50 hogs in the field. Hopefully some of those hogs ease back out in this field. Oh, pigs coming. Get ready, get on the gun, get ready, get up. What are you doing? Well, we get out there, we see a few deer start moving, and then there's a large group of hogs that moves out into the field, but they are several hundred yards out of range. They don't look like they're coming any closer. They're on the high end of the field, and it's starting to get dark. And at this point, we're just trying to get the kids shots at these hogs. And there's some big ones in this group. We decide to just go straight at them. Darkness is your advantage. Hogs get stupid after dark. As long as they don't smell you, typically you can sneak right up on them, walk right up to them. Right when we got Izzy up in range and set up, these hogs winded us. The wind shifted, hit the back of my neck, and you just saw the whole pack of hogs turn and run into the woods. But Daniel knows these hogs, and usually if they get spooked a little bit, another group or the same group will come right back out into the field. So we just sat tight in the darkness and waited for these hogs to come back out. There's one right there. Here they come. So when I shine this light, you just aim for the middle of the light and try to pick the hog out. When he gets broadside, pop him. Shoot him in the chest too if you need to. And then kill everyone you can when they start running. All right, I'm gonna hit the light. Right there. Whoa. Right there. Right there. That bigger one. Got him? Go ahead, hit him. This is a pretty dynamic shooting situation for a kid that's never done it before. I was basically like, hey, I'm gonna cut this red light on. You gotta get on target, get focused up, and squeeze the trigger and make a good shot. So I was really proud of Izzy when she dropped this big hog. So Izzy drops that hog, that hog's down, she's all excited. And then on the tree line, I see another hog running down the tree line. I immediately get the red light and tell Izzy, get on that one and hammer him. She absolutely 12 ringed this hog running at about 125 yards. Running right there. We didn't get great footage. It was kind of a scramble there at the end. Plus, we don't have a professional cameraman with us. So that's our excuse anyway. But we were scrambling, and I wasn't about to let my daughter have to pass on some hog shooting just because we weren't in the best position or whatever. But we actually did get good footage of the running hog. She absolutely smoked that one too. That is a great big old sow. That thing's got to weigh 300 pounds, Dan.
Yeah, I know.
Got to weigh 300 pounds. Good job. You're a sow killer. You killed a sow last time. We decided to bring everybody along on the blood trail. We knew where the big hog fell. It was right in front of us, but the other hog ran and then turned up into the brush. But when we got over there, I wasn't worried about it because it was a giant blood trail, just blood everywhere in that snow. Look right there. Oh, let me go verify. I don't want to wake up. Let me ask you a question. You feel like you have PTSD from shooting this scary AR-15?
No.
Or is it just a rifle like any other rifle when used properly? You don't feel like you're shook up or anything?
No.
There's liberal grown men in this country that they shoot it and then they cry and then they need a counselor.
Yeah.
Isn't that silly?
Yeah.
And you just smoked 2 hogs with it. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
You dropped that one on the run. I can't even believe it. Here, look at the shot placement right there when that thing's running wide open trying to get away. Izzy said, hold one of these for me.
What?
Good job, Iz. On the run. Is it the first moving critter you ever shot at?
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know what to do? Do that every time you shoot it while moving. And you'll be all right.
Superior accuracy, unmatched reliability. Red Arrow weapons may be the greatest.
Whoa. Take it easy on the oversell. We get it.
They're awesome.
Sorry, I got excited. Order yours now at redarrowweapons.com.
My cameraman Shane finally got into town, and it was time to get back out there to the field where Daniel and I had the encounter with the hogs in the snow. This time we were just going to set up in the edge of the woods, no blind, and wait for these hogs possibly to come back out in this field. We got the wind right. We were prepared to sit right up until dark and maybe even pull the flashlights out and try to do what we got to do if they're there after that. So sure enough, right at dark, we hear hogs coming, but they take their sweet time and they don't commit to coming out in the field until it gets pitch dark. Well, in my pack, I've got one of those red lights. So I get the red light, get it on my stabilizer, come to full draw, you can hear me, I'm pissed. And I just cannot get the daggone light to turn on, and it starts like flickering. The hog's out there with this red strobe light on it, and he's like, what is that? And after a while of that, he got tired of it. I can't get the light to stay on to shoot, because every time I go to shoot, the light turns back off. So what did I do? I said, all right, we're going to sit here another hour in the dark. Hogs are bound to come back out. I hand Shane a light, which is never a good idea. You don't ever want to give your cameraman another job, because typically one of the jobs is not going to get done properly. So he's got a camera and a flashlight and a spotlight, and I'm going to try to come to full draw on the next hog and have him hit him with the spotlight. So sure enough, in just a couple minutes, here the hogs come. I draw my bow. I get my pins kind of about where the noise is coming from is all I can see. And I said, hit it, Shane. Shane hit the light. It illuminated the hog perfect. The hog spooks and starts to run into the brush. And I make a beautiful 25-yard, full speed, quartering away, running away, heart shot on this hog. I absolutely blistered this thing. I had to shoot him on the run, but I got him. You did? What happened? It's hard to yell at somebody and tell them they only had one job when you gave them a second job. Shane, you did get the spotlight on the hog, and I appreciate that, because I absolutely smoked it. Really wish y'all could have seen it. I will learn from this, and I will have GoPros running everywhere, multiple red lights, pressure switches, night vision, who knows what else, next time. I couldn't get my light to turn on because I had a different light with no pressure switch, and I was trying to push the button with my pinky finger while I was at full draw. That didn't work too good. So now we got her set up on a pressure switch rig. Get them in the spotlight, kill them before they leave. That's the plan anyway. Let's go do it. I knew he wasn't gonna go far, man. Hey, that G5 had him spitting blood. Man. Come on, let's get this out. Well, here he is, boys and girls. All the way through. Question mark. Oh yeah. That's that good red arrow right there. Finally got it done on a big bore with the bow. But it's just beginning, because we got done taking the kids on a little Campbell family safari, and they got to shoot the guns a lot and kill some hogs. Now it's Daddy's turn. And we're gonna bloody up the woods a little bit if possible. We're gonna hunt really hard and try to get after these hogs. Nothing like killing them with your Hoyt bow, man. I'm here to tell you. That red arrow right there in the quiver. What a perfect test though for the G5 Striker 4-blade. This sucker penetrated right through the shield, quartering away, right up into this hog, buried in that offside shoulder bone, and just destroyed that offside shoulder. Perfect result, blood everywhere. I mean, great hunt, just not the footage we wanted. So next week on the show, I'm going off to hunt with Shane. Kat is going after some monster hogs with the 308, and Daniel's filming her. The hog that they get on will absolutely blow your mind. And next week on the show, I have a little bit of a turkey shoot with a little bow and rifle combo. I should have had at least 4 or 5 down, but I ran out of my good bullets, man. My kids shot up all my good bullets. As always, please stop by the online store and get you some Red Arrow swag. Represent this great love of the outdoors that we all have. Abolish the ATF. See you next week.